What's up, folks? How's it going? Good evening. Happy Wednesday. We got some more rain. It's pretty cool. We got a little bit more this time. And I'm actually taking a shortcut. You can see back here. Where's the water tank? Right here somewhere. And Daisy's following me back. Funny thing, yesterday we got a little bit of rain, but it got muddy. Where they're at is kind of muddy, so it's this type of mud. This is where they were back in the spring. So we're at. And I didn't want to set up the netting in this because it was just like the top half inch that got wet, and it was like muddy. So I was like, you know what? I'll do it tomorrow. And today, sometime, we got a little bit more rain. So, yeah, I had to lug it from here. I don't know if you can see the truck. Where is it at? Yeah, from the corral all the way to where the water tank is. So it's like here. I wish I could zoom with the front camera, but yeah, walking back from there, we got everything set up. We got prepped for tomorrow too. And here's our trail from about 2 months ago. And they were on this side at the time. So we got some pretty good growth coming back up. There's still some bald spots, but I think the biggest thing you can see is the difference between that side and then this is the trail. This side is not grazed yet, so just the difference between them. I'm pretty sure it's not that much of a difference on the camera, but just being here right next to it, like side by side, there is pretty big difference. Well, first of all, you know, like here, it's the same patch of grass running from here. You see all the old vegetation, the white stems that are matured. There's a lot more of those. Once you cross this little path, there's a lot less. And they nibble most of it down. They trample a lot of it down. And that is what we were going for. And I'm waiting after some growth comes back up. I mean, there's already some growth coming back up, but I'm waiting for like after the monsoon is done just to see the difference, make the final comparison to see if there is a difference from disturbing the soil, you know, if there's going to be any growth coming back, and also just what they trampled that will grow back. What they ate will come back. I'm pretty certain it will. Just kind of in my own little brain, I'm kind of thinking that, you know, it should work. So I'm hoping, well, I know like 5 years from now, this is probably what it'll look like, but all green, fresh grass, that much coverage is our target. That's like what we envision. That's what we will create with what we are doing. This entire pasture will be like that. That is my goal for it. That is why I started doing this, because we have all patches like this all over. Before this road, I built up the berms and all that to divert the water off that road, which was basically becoming a little arroyo. Yeah, there was no water coming to this side of that road. But once I built up those berms, diverted the water off the road, And it also created a collection point for it within 2 years. There is some major growth coming back. This is the third year, so I'm waiting for the big rain, the 2 inches within an hour or 2 inches within 30 minutes rain monsoon that we get. And that's what usually fills that up, and that diverts the water down here. So 3 years ago, yeah, this place was just winter fat, and that was it. It was ridiculous. So this one here, they were here in March. This is where we started. Out there, March, and we walked over here, so you can see their manure. This one was just all, I mean, this is an example of what it was like before I did all that diversion stuff. Due to the diversion and all that, we're getting some galleta, some needle and thread, some Indian rice grass, foxtail. They'll eat foxtail as long as they're young, but once they mature, yeah, not good. They don't eat that. But winter fat, they devour that stuff back in March, so they love it. That's a good winter and early spring forage. So I'm just kind of saving this for this coming winter. Just getting a feel for it. It's my first year doing this as well, so learned a lot, though. Learned a lot. Yeah, I put out some pasture seeds here, but I don't think they're gonna establish because we don't get that much rain. I'm just gonna wait maybe a couple more years, and then I'll introduce some pasture seeds and whatnot. So but the key I found out is to keep it covered, of course, even though permaculture, regen ag, that's like the number one principle in those two types of agriculture is keeping the soil covered, which I know I'm not doing here yet, but we will this winter. The thing is, what I would need to get them covered is like big bales of hay, some good cheap goat hay, and roll it out and let them eat like 60-70% of it and leave the rest for mulch, just to keep the ground covered. That will retain the moisture in the soil, which will stimulate the seeds in the soil and germinate it, and then we got new growth. And that will also decompose and bring nutrients into the soil. So that's one thing that I know we need to do here. But we are just so far out from those types of resources, would you say? It's difficult to do. But, we'll find something like that, and we'll make it happen. And that's just the thing. We're going to make it happen, no matter what it takes. And as I mentioned, we're going to make this entire pasture super lush. That's our goal. That's what I have in mind. That's what I have in sight. So just whatever you have, wherever you're starting. Hey, this is northeastern Arizona. We got a bad piece of land here. It's been overgrazed for 30 years. Cattle, sheep, goats, horses, llamas. So we're basically rebuilding building from scratch right now. Like here, this is the same thing that happened. We were here, Rolo, April, the end of April. So this little area, I've always envisioned this area here as like a pasture, just straight up pasture, alfalfa and all that type of stuff, you know, Timothy, fescue, just brome, just a mixture of hay type, you know. So we'll get there though. We'll get there. We ain't got no machinery, so but we'll get there one way or another. So just determined to make that happen. But you know, just do it. We're all here to learn from one another, and you know, wherever you're at, just keep doing what you're doing. I know it's difficult. I've had my fair share of wanting to quit, wanting to just give up, but because I have a full-time job, man. But when I get home, make my way out there, it's just the most amazing feeling, you know, just moving the paddock, setting up the paddock, just watching the animals graze, knowing that, you know, you gave them a fresh paddock with fresh grass. I gotta give the dog her food. I didn't take the dog food with me because I had my hands full. All right, here you go, Ethan. So that's just my little words of encouragement for y'all. I mean, honestly, I didn't know where I was going with this whole social media thing, and so many times I've changed what I would want to do, but you know, I keep wanting to do different things, go different routes, approach different avenues. But today it occurred to me that, you know, it's probably something different, something that we all have to do, come together and help one another, learn from one another, teach each other, encourage one another. And I found my slogan. I was writing something out, and it was just like, you know, grow with me, which could have any meanings, but grow with me, because I started as a gardening blog. Yes, grow some vegetables with me, grow fruits with me, grow sheep with me, grow goats with me, grow with me knowledge-wise. We'll help each other grow, and let's grow this community, a community of knowledge sharing. And that's what I feel like, that's what I feel Laughing Goat Gardens should be and will be. I'm, you know, just here starting out, learning, and I just want to share knowledge with everyone that's wanting to learn, and also to learn as well myself, you know, so I can grow. No one knows everything, so I don't know anything. That's always what I've said. I don't know anything. I can learn from everyone in this world, anyone in this world. So dogs are looking at me like, what are you talking about? So yeah, let's just encourage everyone. Just keep doing what you're doing, and whatever you feel like you want to do, just go do it. It don't hurt to try. And if all we lose is a little bit of time, the longer you wait, the more time you're going to lose. So just go out there, do it. And if it's enjoyable, keep doing it. If it's not, try something else. So, I mean, it took me a long time to get to this path. I left home for 15, 20 years, came back, got back into this, and now I'm doing it just because I want to. I enjoy it. It makes me happy. And that's how I got back into all this and wanting to do it differently. That's all it is. So started with gardening, then I went to introducing my herd, and that caught on, and it just kept growing. So Laughing Goat Gardens is this huge agricultural circle for me now. It's, not just gardening. It's gardening, it's shepherding, goat herding, pasture management, ranching. We got cattle as well. So I just don't ride a horse anymore. I don't have a horse anymore either. So maybe one day, I always say, but we'll never know. But, it's just too crazy for me though. I can't. I don't think I'll be able to take care of a horse. For me, it's just too much. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all this evening. This beautiful evening on the walk back. So I got to set up the ram and the bucks, their paddock, and then I got to give them hay as well. And we're going to move them as well. So they're going back in with the main herd on Thanksgiving. That's when their mating season will begin. So, all right, y'all. We'll see you until next time. Peace.